Okay, so this is the special, the big special. This is the special where the Hunger Games, some of the characters from my previous Hunger Games will be returning. Since this is the big one, the big one, so now I'm gonna introduce you. I'm gonna be starting off with the winners from all of my Hunger Games. Starting off with Roadrunner from Looney Tunes. He was the first ever winner of my Hunger Games videos. So that makes him. So I think he has that. Next up, the next champion is Red from Angry Birds. Yep, he's here. And the third champion is Eddie from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. These are the three champions. One, two. The fact that two of the first champions were birds and the third one was a human is kind of goof funny, not gonna lie. Next up is the fourth winner, Suddy, the first ever YouTuber that wins. Next up, the fifth champion is Evan from Toon Fans, another YouTuber character. Now we got the sixth is unfortunately Tung 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 Sahura, and nope, I'm not even joking, he was one of the winners. I can prove it since I already have the video on my photo gallery and I'm not gonna show it. Now the seventh winner is Chris Pratt, the first real life person to win. Even if you count YouTubers to be real life, but I'm taking them from inside YouTube and I'm counting the people Nah, never mind. This got Chris Pratt. Next, the eighth champion is Asuka, and the ninth champion was Ami. The 10th champion is King K. Rool. 11th is the Lemmings, and the the 12th is Norm. These guys were just Ami. By the way, Ami was a returning character and won a Hunger Games that was from not my Revive Hunger Games. And here's the thing, I do not revive the ones from the Revive Hunger Games because it's not really count as a mainline one. Instead, it's just a one between. We got Niles, our other winner, following by Mr. Michael, also from Toon Fans, and also Niles is my first SNG4 character to win. And we got Double D, the second Ed and Eddie character to win the Hunger Games. Following by the last three winners was the Grinch, Horton, and the latest winner, Furnace. Yes, Furnace. Matter of fact, if you watch my previous Hunger Games, which is the one that I really made, he wins without even a single kill. So I think he will has not time for the ones that I bring back, because I think that they will be worthy to make a return, and if they win, So our first returning champion, I'm not champion. The first returning character who is not a champion, SpongeBob. Or not, he will be the character that is gonna be SpongeBob. Well, of course I had to bring back SpongeBob. Next up is the rabbit we all know, Bugs Bunny. And next up is Show Speed, because I obviously had to bring Show Speed. Next up is Queso, because I think he will actually have some potential to win, because despite like Bugs Bunny and SpongeBob or even some of the winners, Queso has is fat as hell. So next up we got Ross from Angry Birds. And we got Duck Dodgers, cause bro felt so I think he will have potential to win, or made it a bit farther than what he did. Next up is SNG4 Mario, and yes, it's the no spaghetti meme. SNG4 himself and Meggy. Next up is Tari, and since she also has clinch with her, but But Clone J is just a person that talks to her, and so I think she has an advantage. And now we got the goofball himself, Ed, followed by Squidward Tentacles. Now the last group are Rolf from Ed and Eddie, Ian from Aphmau. Yes, I had to make. And we got Kirby. The last three are my personal. Are the best. Are the last three are Mario himself, King DDD, and the main man himself, Sonic. Okay, so comment down below which character you want to win, and let's go. Oh wait, I forgot is the edit part. Now let's go. At the tribute stand at the podiums, the horn sounds. Furnace runs away from the cornucopia. King K. Rool runs away from the cornucopia. Tung Sakura runs away from the cornucopia. Aisho Speed runs away from the cornucopia. Double D finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Mickey tried to takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Bugs Bunny says Asuka away from the cornucopia. SpongeBob runs away from the cornucopia. King DDD takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Mr. Michael takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. The Lemmings runs away from the cornucopia. Ed and Eddie fights for a bag. Ed gives up and retreats. I think the real scenario here is that Ed and Eddie both accidentally got the same backpack, and Eddie tells Ed that, okay, Ed, let go of the bag and you get butter toast. And then Ed was like, okay, Eddie, and then runs away. Sonic grabs a shovel. Niles runs away from the cornucopia. Tari stabs Queso with a branch. Well, looks like Queso is dead right off the bat. Ross runs away from the cornucopia. Ami runs away from finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Red and SNG4 Mario fights for a bag. SNG4 Mario gets out and retreats. Well, looks like he cannot beat Red. Horton runs away from the cornucopia. Norm runs away from the cornucopia. SNG4 and Sudley fight for a bag. Sudley gives out and retreats. Ian grabs a shovel. No, a sword. Score clenches the first aid kit and runs away. Mario runs away from the cornucopia. The Grinch finds the bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Evan runs away from the cornucopia. Roadrunner runs away from the cornucopia. Doc Dodgers runs away from the cornucopia. Kirby takes a handful of throwing knives. Rose severely injures Chris Pratt, but puts him out of his misery. Looks like SpongeBob injures himself. Norm stalks Eddie. Ami receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. SNG4 Mario, the Lemmings, Asuka, and Mario race Tung Sakura while he is hunting. Let's go! Take that, Tung Sakura. 2 Marios and 2 other one, and a girl destroy your entire camp. Horton discovers a river. Duck Dodgers collects food from a tree. Aisho Speed goes hunting. The Grinch receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Roadrunner explodes the arena. Maggie receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Niles and Ross split off to search for resources. Mr. Michael and Ian tracked down and killed King DDD. Oh, come on now! And by the way, rip King DDD. He was the legend, and unfortunately has to go down. Damn, there's a mug. Rest in peace, DDD. King K. Rool searches for firewood. Evan is unable to convince Bugs Bunny not to kill him. Well, after all, Bugs Bunny killed one person, and looks like Evan isn't going to come back anytime soon. I think. Sudley discovers a cave. Sonic questions his sanity. Rolf thinks about home. Double D is pricked by thorns for picking berries. Squidward tries to spear Fish with a trident. SNG4 camouflaging himself in the bushes. Red makes a slingshot. Well, makes sense, so he could launch himself at his opponents. Ed explores the arena. Kirby sex and explosion not killing. Tari and Furnace, well, rip Tari and Looks like Furnace went out that early, despite him being the winner of literally my latest Hunger Games, which is Hunger Games 18, I think. I think it's 18, I think. But looks like Kirby isn't the one to mess with. Anyways, 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. K-Soul, District 8. Chris Pratt, District 3. King DDD, The Legend, District 12. Evan, District 2. Tari, District 10. And Furnace, the latest winner that went bye-bye that fast, from District 6. Night 1. Rolf and Double D sleeps in shifts. Mr. Michael tends to the Grinch's wounds. Sonic attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Niles receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Horton passes out from exhaustion. Eddie sees a fire but stays hidden. King K. Rool and Roadrunner run into each other inside the choose for the night. SNG4 Mario, Kirby, and Duck Dodger sleep in shifts. SpongeBob attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Asuka cooks her food before putting her fire out. Squidward screams for help. Ian defeats Bugs Bunny in the fight but spares his life. Okay, hold up. Ian defeated Bugs Bunny in a fight? This is the most random thing I've seen. Like, how did Ian beat the strongest cartoon character here? Like, I'm confused now. Looks like Ian is not the one to Looks like I underestimated Ian after all. Ed destroys Norm's supplies while he's asleep. The Lemmings and Red talk about the trivia still alive. Maggie receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. I Shall Speed kills SNG4 for his supplies. Well, rip the legend. And by the way, SNG4, you're a great YouTuber. And this, yeah, rest in peace, SNG4. Ami, Tung Sohura, Suddi, and Mara tells each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. And Ross tried to treat his infections. Day 2, Roadrunner travels to higher ground. Rolf, Studley, Norm, and Sonic hunts for other tributes. Mara picks flowers. Duck Dodger injures himself. The Lemmings, Tung Sohura, SpongeBob, SNG4 Mario, and Mr. Michael hunts for other tributes. Horton steals from Ian while he isn't looking. Asuka, Ed, Niles, Eddie, and Ami hunts for the tributes. Kirby fishes. Double D throws a knife into Ross's head. Well, rip Ross. He was a good pig after all, and he's the GOAT. Squidward explores the arena. The Grinch picks flowers. Bugs Bunny practices his archery. Red steals from King K. Rool while he isn't looking. Actual Speed makes a slingshot. Bruh. Bird's not an angry bird. And Maggie picks flowers. 2 cannon shots can be heard in distance. SNG4, District 9, and Ross, District 8. Rest in peace to these two legends. Night 2. Mr. Michael stays awake all night. SpongeBob receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. King K. Rool strangles Squidward with a rope? Oh, come on. Mario and SNG4 Mario hold hands. I don't know why, but it's kind of funny and confusing at the same time. Like, and also a bit of makes sense because here's the thing. These two are Marios after all, but it's also confusing because they're different from each other and two of them are not gay, so it's getting more confusing. Red kills Ed with a sickle? Well, rest in peace, Ed. He will never be forgotten. To be the funny goofball. Double D tends to Ian's wounds. Norm cooks his food before putting his fire out. Bugs Bunny thinks about home. Horton questions his sanity. Sudley stays awake all night. The Lemmings receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Roadrunner and Maggie hold hands. Okay. Extra Speed quietly hums. Duck Dodgers receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Kirby lets Asuka into his shelter. Eddie screams for help. The Grinch quietly hums. Sonic and Rolf hold hands. Okay, what is going on already? Ami sets up camp for the night. Niles screams for help. Tung Sora stays awake all night. And that's about it. Night 3. SNG4 Mario fishes. Niles runs away from Norm. SpongeBob hunts for other tributes. Asuka runs away from Aisho Speed. Mr. Michael chases Maggie. Mario receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. King K. Rool overhears Bugs Bunny and the Grinch talking in the distance. Roadrunner dies from hyperthermia? Well, rip Roadrunner. Duck Dodgers falls into a pit and dies? Well, rip Duck Dodgers. At least he made it very far into this game. At least he made it this far into the game. Longer than what he was. Rolf steals from Horton while he isn't looking. Kirby pushes Suddy off a cliff during a knife fight? Well, rip Suddy. He was a legendary YouTuber. Ian receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Red camouflages himself in the bushes. Eddie goes hunting. Tung 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 Sohura chases Ami. The Lemmings and Sonic comes for the tributes. Double D makes a wooden spear. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Squidward, District 10. Ed, District 10. Roadrunner, District 1. Duck Dodgers, District 8. And Suddy, District 2. Now let's do this. Night 3, Rose stays awake all night. King K. Rool strangles the Lemmings with a rope? How is King K. Rool able to strangle all of the Lemmings? There's gonna be like a gazillion of them. Or just at least 20 of them at least. Because I can't, because it's too much. SNG4 Mario, Red, the Grinch, and Horton tell stories about themselves to each ghost stories to lighten the mood. Mr. Michael lets Kirby into a shelter. Ian receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Mario thinks about winning. Bugs Bunny tends to his wounds. Maggie, Double D, Norm, Asuka, and Ami sleeps in shifts. Sonic accidentally steps on a landmine while trying to arm it? Oh, come on, Sonic! Niles passes out from exhaustion. Tung 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 Sohura tries to treat his infections. SpongeBob defeats Aisho Speed in the fight but spares his life. Well, this is in character from SpongeBob. Like, he won't kill someone. And excuse me, Eddie is awoken by nightmares. And it's accidentally burped there, so. Day 4, Tung 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 Sora tried to sleep through the entire day. Maggie begs for Aisho Speed to kill her. He refuses, keeping Maggie alive. Ian goes hunting. Red receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Rolf contracts a shack. Double D makes a wooden spear. SpongeBob picks flowers. Mr. Michael sprains his ankle to run away from Horton. SNG4 Mario accidentally stands on a landmine while trying to arm it. Well, makes sense because SNG4 Mario is a huge imbecile. Asuka tries to spear fish with a trident. Norm overhears Kirby and Mario talking in the distance. The Grinch hunts for other tributes. Eddie scares Ami off. King K. Rool begs for Niles to kill him. He refuses, keeping King K. Rool alive. Bugs Bunny will only eat toxic berries. Well, Red Bugs Bunny, he was a huge legend. Wait a second. Wolf Mouse, what? As Ian and Tung 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 Sora fight, the pack of wolves shows up and kills them. While Rip Ian and take the and LOL Tung 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 Sora. You suck, Tung 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 Sora, but Ian is okay. The Grinch survives. Horton survives. Red eaten by the Muff Wolves while Rip Red. As Norm and Mar fight, the pack of wolf muffs shows up and kills them both. Niles survives. Aisho Speed is crushed by the pack of what? Ami survives. Asuka knocks Mr. Michael out and leaves him for the wolf muffs. Kirby survives. King K. Rool survives. Maggie pushes Wolf into the pack of muffs. Oh, come on! SpongeBob survives. Okay. Eddie survives. Okay. Double D is eaten by the wolf muffs. Oh, come on, Double D. Well, after all, Double D claims that his short legs are so small that he get crushed by a huge box. As he got 13 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. The Lemmings, District 4. Sonic, District 12. SNG4 Mario, District 9. Bugs Bunny, District 7. Ian, District 11. Tung 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 Sora, District 2. Red, District 1. Norm, District 4. Mario, District 12. Aisho Speed, District 7, Mr. Michael District 5, Rolf District 11, and Double D District 5. Okay. Night 4. Eddie and Asta talk about the tribute still alive. Maggie receives a medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Kirby begs for King K. Rool to kill him. He refuses, keeping King K. Rool keeping Kirby alive. SpongeBob receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Niles look at the night sky. The Grinch and Horton run into each other and say the truth for the night. I'm surprised that the two Dr. Seuss characters are still alive. And Ami questions her sanity. Defeats the Cornucopia and try to provide weapons at the memoirs for the tributes families. King K. Rool throws a knife into Maggie's chest. Well, rip Maggie. The Grinch, Ami, Kirby, and Horton team up to get food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. Eddie decides not to go to the feast. Niles decides not to go to the feast, and SpongeBob decides not to go to the feast. And Asuka gathers as much food into a bag as she can before fleeing. Day 5. SpongeBob repeatedly stabs King K. Rool to death with scythe. The Horton diverts the Grinch's attention and runs away. Eddie sets an explosion of killing Ami, Kirby, and Niles? Holy crap. And Asuka falls into a pit and dies. So that means SpongeBob, Horton, Grinch, and Eddie are the ones still alive. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Maggie, District 9. King K. Rool, District 4. Ami, District 3. Kirby, District 11. Niles, District 5. And Asuka, District 3. Okay. Eddie sees a fire but stays hidden. The Grinch unknowingly eats toxic berries. SpongeBob lets Horton into his shelter. Well, okay. Horton traveled to higher grounds. SpongeBob spirits to Trident. Eddie thinks about home. 1 cannon shot him in the distance and into the Grinch. Okay. Horton receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Eddie climbs a tree to rest, and SpongeBob cries himself to sleep. SpongeBob poisons Horton's drink. He drinks it and dies. Eddie attempts to climb the tree but falls to his death. Hold up for 1 second. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Horton, District 6, and the man himself, the man with the plan himself, Eddie. He was a great guy. He was the winner, and even when he did not win, he still even if Eddie did not win, at least Eddie lost with knowing that he's not gonna win. The man himself, Eddie, from District 1. Well, rest in peace, Eddie. You will never be forgotten. A legend who was once a winner and died. Wait a second, and so SpongeBob wins? Oh, hell yeah! Finally, my homie SpongeBob. Yes. This is a dream come true. Finally, SpongeBob won. My favorite cartoon character of all time have won the Hunger Games. Holy crap, this is something I've been waiting for, and it's all worth it at the end. After all the mishap, SpongeBob still wins. By the way, did I mention SpongeBob my favorite cartoon character? If so, then I'm so happy for SpongeBob. Eddie, even though Eddie may lost, but at least he lost knowing. I think he climbed a tree just so he could just die. So I think Eddie knowing that he's not gonna win just dies. So SpongeBob could win. So I think this is actually what happened. And so SpongeBob wins. Congratulations, SpongeBob, my favorite cartoon character of all time. Let's see the results. SpongeBob wins by 2 kills. Eddie is second place with 3 kills. King K. Rool and Kirby also has 3 kills under their belts. And the rest of them, one of them being Tari, have 1 kill. And she's the lowest. Rolf and Double D have 1 kill each, and also Maggie and Mr. Michael and I Shall Speed as well. And LOL Tung 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 Sahura. Well, looks like Ian, despite him not doing well, still did very well. After all, he'd been through a lot, so I think. But we should celebrate because SpongeBob is the winner. And after all, SpongeBob is still the winner, and I love him for that. Well, looks like SpongeBob wins, and that's the big wrap, Abdul. That's the big wrap. Maybe I should make another one of these videos, the special later on in the Hunger Games. But for now, SpongeBob is the big winner, and see you next time, folks.
Just wait and see. Jumped out of bed and I ran outside, feeling so extra ecstatic. It's the best day ever. It's the best day It's the best.